So one of the things we talk about in growing our cash crops is how we assimilate them in with cover crops. Crops that are able to either capture nutrients or capture nitrogen in the case of legumes, which we have some of them here, like this clover. Here's some chickling vetch, and we have also other cover crops that do other functions. Right here we have some flax. That's really good for mycorrhizae production there in the soil. But then right here we have a radish. It's something that I've been very familiar with. And the tillage radish that I developed kind of became a worldwide phenomenon. It's sold all over the world now. We did plant a few in here. Now this is a little tiny hemp plant for whatever reason. I just wanted to show you this radish. They really help to capture nitrogen and bring it up. And I wanted to dig down here and show you what these radishes do, how they dig in the soil. And if you look up close, you can see a lot of the fine roots that have come out from the radish. Right there, all those little fine white root hairs. That is helping to aggregate the soil, like you see right here. See how nice and fluffy that is? That is very good, high quality, very healthy soil. So we pull this radish up out of here. You can see how the tuber is opening up the soil. This is why we don't need tillage. This is doing the tillage for us. That's why we call it a tillage radish. Now this taproot broke off right there. That may go as deep as 3 feet deep. And when that decays, well, first of all, it's pulling up nutrients deep in the soil. Then when this all decays here, this is a storage tank, this tuber, and these leaves, it'll deposit the nutrients on top for the next cash crop, whatever that may be. So we're essentially using cover crops to recycle our nutrients. And this is just one of the functions that you can see how cover crops aid in our nutrient application. So over time, when you get in a system like that, around here we have our clovers, our chickling vetch, here's some hairy vetch, we have some grasses here that we planted in here. All these things, all this diversity here is trying to mimic nature. Whenever you see nature in the woods, out in the field, you always see diversity. That is the way our soil was designed to function, and that's what we're trying to mimic here in this field. And you can see some of the crop residues from our previous cover crops there. So you have essentially 2 generations of cover crops here. One that we rolled down and another that's growing up here right now simultaneously with our cash crop. So that's just a little bit about the function of cover crops and all the different things that they can do in our cropping system.